Hi, and welcome to another rendition of the Balanced Body podcast series. My name is Nico Gonzalez from Cincinnati, Ohio, and with me today is Beth, who will be demonstrating some of the exercises today on the Pilates Allegro. Today, we will be showing you some exercises that will help you improve your posture. Okay? Usually, we talk about posture standing or on our spine, laying on our back on our spine on the mat. Today, we're going to take a slightly different approach and do kneeling, or all four corners position. So Beth, if you can, facing the back of your reformer, put your hands on the frame. Okay. The first thing we want to look at is how the body moves. Okay? Because once a client has a sense of where the body can go, then the client realizes, oh, this is where I should be. So let's do some pre-Pilates exercises to allow the body just to move. So we're going to do some spinal extension and flexion. The first thing we're going to do is called cat and camel. The cat is, as an exhale, you're going to round your spine up towards the ceiling as if you're feeling the air of a hot air balloon. And then extension, allow the tailbone to come up towards the ceiling, ribs down, chest lifts. Exhale, round, squeezing in, nice hollowing. And then extending, releasing. And notice how the head is in a nice natural extension of the spine. We want to see that. Come all the way up one more time, rounding, hollowness, and slowly extending. Nice. Now, let's start to come into a neutral position, which means neither do you want to go into a cat nor a camel. Just a nice neutral position. And where is neutral? If you look from the side, I'm looking from the earlobe, through the center of the shoulder, the center of the rib, and the side of the hip. Okay? Nice. Now from here, what I'd like you to do is do some sternum drops. What that is simply retraction and protraction of the shoulder. So allow the chest to drop down to the floor and then push away from the floor as if you had a heavy magnet on the floor and your chest can't resist that magnet. It's coming down and then it's going back up to the ceiling. Okay. Now, start to make these sternum drops smaller and smaller and smaller until you're equally distant from the ceiling to the floor, okay, where there's not a concave between your shoulder blades. Nice. Now from here, allow your head drop to the floor and then elevate ever so slightly, not too far up. Come all the way up, the head. Bring the head up, perfect, and then drop the head down. And lift and lower and lift and hold, finding that elongation of the neck and that perfect alignment. Nice. Now from here, we're going to challenge the pelvis and allow it to move side to side. So the first thing we're going to do is elevate the right foot off of the carriage, keeping the knee down, and wag the foot from side to side. And notice how the pelvis moves. Right? I like to show this exercise because a lot of my clients tend to do dance classes, and then they also come into Pilates, and they say, I cannot move my hips in dance class, but everything you ask me to do in Pilates, I can do. So I say, during this tail wag, notice how your hips shift side to side. So next time when I ask for a little salsa or merengue, I expect big hip movements. This time, hold in the middle and release. Perfect. So now that we have great balance from side to side, okay, we've worked through the spine to make sure that's not extended or flexed. We've worked through the shoulders to make sure they're not protracted or retracted. We looked at the alignment of the head to make sure it's in a nice plumb line of the spine. We should be in a nice perfect position to do any exercises we may want to do in the kneeling position. Excellent. Let's have a seat. And thank you. Hopefully you will join us again for another Balanced Body podcast.